narrow-minded. We say clearly it's government side because they haven't listened to our counter-proposal. We said that we will allow these soldiers to complain directly to the government, and that's why most of their arguments did not stand today. And also, they also accuse us of being narrow-minded, but we also have to see the other facets of this debate. This debate isn't just about the soldiers themselves. This debate is although these soldiers are part of the debate, we also have to consider the people who will be affected by this. We have to consider civil society and the government in this debate, and that's something they haven't done yet in this debate. So first, the previous speaker comes up here and tells us, these soldiers will have different stances anyway on issues such as healthcare. But we say, when it comes to military issues, we can't allow them to have different stances, and that is what we want to protect. Because when they can voice out their concerns about the military, there will be tension. Please sit down. Inside the military, and on the second level, we say, although fine, to some extent, they may be have different stances as individuals. What we have to do is we have to retain public security. We have to because the public view on this already is that the military is united, and we say this is something we have to uphold so that there will not be panic in society. So next, she says, her argument was about this idea on how the contribution of expertise can possibly change policies and make lives better. Well, yeah, we agree, and that's why they can complain in our model. And in fact, they can complain directly in our model to the government. Please sit down. Instead of relying on media, because we say media is not the right approach in order for these soldiers to be able to complain. So, moving on. I have three arguments for you today. First will be about how we will potentially lose foreign investors. Second, I'll discuss in depth on the effects of the military being split up. And third, let's weigh the values of this debate on whether the rights of soldiers are being compromised is justified in this debate. On the first argument on how we lose foreign investors, we say when we look at foreign investors, they want to maximize their profit. So because of this, they'll invest in stable countries. And we say while they try to maximize their profits in these stable countries, we say the countries also benefit because the economy of the country will become better. We say jobs will be opened up, and when jobs are opened up, it helps the people. Especially when we're talking about the U.S., which is suffering from a recession. Please sit down. And moving on, we say if the government shows a bad sign of having this conflict with the military, or if the military itself is shown to be divided, we say it shows instability in the government. And because there is instability, we say foreign investors won't be that much incentivized to invest in these countries. Please sit down. Because there are these signs of potential political conflicts, and we say that because these foreign investors will pull out, given the fact that there is already a recession in America today, what happens now is that when they pull out, there will be less jobs now, and we say that civil society will be the one that suffers in this debate. We say, please sit down. We say, just when you give these soldiers the right to speak out publicly, what happens is civil society is the one that suffers on this front, on the economic front of this debate. And we say that we have to protect civil society in the first place, because when we look at what the military is there for, and the military and government are there for, they're there to protect civil society. And clearly, you're not considering civil society in your model, and civil society is not being hampered in your model. Yes.
Normal citizens criticizing government also brings instability. So in order to attract foreign investment, we stop them from speaking out as well.
Well, what happens in your model is that because these issues go out also, what happens is we say there is information that should not be divulged that becomes divulged under your model because it is said publicly. And when this happens, we say these people do not actually. That we say, yes, these people can actually, the civil society can argue against the government, but we say it is not. What they say, this is something that we should avoid also. And then under our model, we say that this is prevented because civil society won't know about these controversial issues, and thus we uphold national security. And we say this is important because it's for their own good, because we say civil societies don't now benefit on the economic front. On the second argument about about the effects on the military being split up, we say when the militaries will have different sides on the issue, it'll be hard for them in military operations, because in military operations there are a lot of things to consider, such as trust. And we say, if you argue with another platoon about a certain issue, and suddenly you have to work together, we question the amount of trust that you put in one another, because you won't believe in each other's, because you know that you don't believe in each other. So we say, because of this, we say, given the fact that military operations can be affected, we say the government is clearly not allowing the military to perform at its optimum level, the level it needs to be at in order to serve the public properly. And furthermore, we say that in extreme cases of the military being split up, in extreme cases it can even lead to things such as civil war, wherein these sectors of the military go against each other and actually get support. And we say this is something, that we should not allow at the end of the day, because again, civil society will suffer, and civil society is what we need to protect in this debate. So let's wait on the third argument. Let's weigh the values in this debate on whether or not it is justified to compromise the right of these soldiers. We say when we look at the nature of the military, given that it should help civil society at the end of the day, it's very vital. And we say because these soldiers entered the military giving consent, because they signed a contract waiving their rights to become public servants, what is in their obligation is to protect civil society the best way they can. And we say that when we protect, this is the best way of protecting civil society, because national security is upheld on two fronts. Because on the first front, given the economic aspect in this debate, we say civil society will be helped there. And on the second front, on how we should allow civil society to be nationally secure, we say we also win there, because since there won't be any more internal tension between the government and the military, civil society will be more confident in the military, and this is something we need at the end of the day. Thank you.